Good morning. It's Friday, and there's excitement in the air. I am South Coast K. Jordan Page, and this is Patio Perspectives. As I said in the title, there is excitement in the air, at least in my world, because F1 is back. The Dutch Grand Prix kicked off this morning with practice session 1. I got about an hour before practice session 2 kicks off. Uh, Birthday weekend for me. Um, we're a week away, well, 8 days away from kickoff of the Hurricanes football season. Let's see. Did you I saw this morning, I was real excited this morning. I saw where Garrett and Phil with Canes Cast, they put out a new video. I was excited, happy to see them. I'm still eagerly awaiting Ike and Israel from bottom of the map. You know, 1, 2, 3 in the place to be. I'm waiting to hear from them. Uh, but tonight, I do know that Mr. Devin and Mr. Frank over at Utah, baby. I know they have a show tonight. I'm sure Chubb Z and Shad, my guys, I'm sure they're going to have a fan's point of view probably either tonight or tomorrow. Haven't seen anything yet. And yeah, it's going to be fun. Going to be a good time. Yeah, so the last time we talked, it was more of the evening type thing, and I was a little enthusiastic, but just wanted to come on this morning and just see how everybody's doing. Like I said, I'm just trying to kill an hour before practice session 2, and then I got some things to do around the house, and then pick up some party supplies, if you know what I mean, and then I'll be watching the U-Talk show. So, but anyway, again, don't forget next Thursday night at the 8 o'clock Eastern time, our usual time, we will have the first South Coast Cane preview show where we will be discussing the upcoming game against Florida. And we can discuss, how we roll. We can discuss whatever. We'll probably end up talking till midnight. But yeah, we'll discuss the Florida game. I'm really hoping by next Thursday we could have a little bit more information as far as depth chart for Miami. If we don't have a depth chart, because Mario's all about the cloak and dagger secrecy. Okay, we'll just take the roster and we'll look at it. We'll break it down. We'll see what we think, and just kind of do a low price comparison between Miami and Florida. See what we think. And right now, I kind of have mixed emotions. My man Cuban Damas, Cuban Kane, man of many titles. But he's a good guy. He brings up a very good point, and he always has. Miss Katie, good morning. Oh crap! I forgot to mention. I'm glad you're here, Miss Katie, because you just made me just reminded myself that I believe Coach Coop is doing his virtual game tonight. I believe it's the computer versus I don't even know where he's at. I apologize, but I believe Coach Coop has his show tonight. Anyway, Cuban brings up a very good point in that, yes, ma'am, good morning to you, that the team chemistry with a lot of these new guys coming in and the guys that are still there, what kind of chemistry is there going to be? We we saw in 2022 with the coaching staff, you had all these on paper good coaches, but it just didn't. The cogs didn't mesh, if you know what I mean. So hopefully things come out. I'm pretty sure things will come out slow, both sides, but I'm sure it'll kick in. But yeah, the team chemistry and you know what type of play calling. I'm real curious to see. My main concern is the same thing it's been for a while now, the offensive line and defensive secondary. The offensive line, I know a lot of folks talk about some missing pieces, new people, and so forth. But here's what I was thinking. If the O-line is questionable and the defensive line is allegedly, according to some media outlets, one of the best in the nation, top 4, top 5, top 3, then I would imagine, since Miami does have the greatest offensive line coach, pound for pound, inch for inch, no Diddy, and the head coach is the, offensive line guru. So you got two good coaches there. I would hope if the defensive line is as good as the medias are saying, and if the offensive line needs more help, I would hope by now, August 23rd, that the offensive line would go against the defensive line for at least 30 minutes, 20 plays, 30 plays, just go up against each other, see what happens. Because if if the defensive line is as good as they're being touted, then that should help the offensive line on, in practice. It's kind of like back in the day. That's what made the Miami team so great, because you had so much talent on the field going after each other, scrimmaging each other, practicing against each other. The old iron sharpens iron, steel sharpens steel, etc., etc. You know, uh, and I would hope that's what's happening. Hopefully, hopefully what's not happening is throwing the old tennis ball. Hopefully what's not happening is, the offensive line, the ones are going against the twos on defense, etc., etc. Uh, and yeah, Katie, you're absolutely right in that, Mario's he's gonna try to run the ball, and then, the defense for UL, yeah, and we'll get into that next week, but just to lightly touch on it, yeah, if I'm the defensive coordinator for Florida or anybody, any opponent this year, I'm stacking the box and coming after Cam, coming after, because he's shown in his past that, if he has to start moving and grooving and scrambling and ducking and dodging and this and that, he's prone to mistakes. And if I was the opposing team defensive coordinator, I would continue to put the pressure on just to see. I'm just saying. Uh, I don't. I don't really think. I don't really think we're going to see very much of the old rush 3, drop 8. You know, I think that with Cam being prone in the past, because everybody wants to talk about how great he was in the last few seasons. So let's also bring up everything. Not being rude, not being in. I am not, putting down on the young man. No, I'm just saying it. You got to take the bad with the good, with the ugly. and everything in between. And it's been noted that, Cam tries to make something out of nothing. He does the best he can. He does what he thinks is right. And sometimes he puts a little too much on the plate, and he will make a mistake. And I really believe that the opposing defenses are going to try to capitalize on that possibility. Now, with that being said, if me, if I'm sitting here 1,000 miles away, I'm just some crazy old bastard here in South Louisiana that just talks on YouTube and does. I mean, I don't, I don't really play much of the video games, but I have. If I can see that, I would hope. Okay, I would hope that the the uh, the coaches that we have in place at Miami on defense and offense, I hope they realize that. I'm just saying. Uh, as far as offensively, if I was Coach Dawson, I would, you know, think about, okay, what will cause Cam to fail and not be successful? Again, pressure, defensive pressure. Okay, as an offensive coordinator, what do I do to help minimize that? And honestly, with the receivers that Miami has, I feel that if the offensive line can give Cam 5 seconds in the pocket, that'll help. But I'm telling you that I would not be surprised if Florida doesn't come out and rush 8 people. You know, put 8 in the box. I'm just saying they're going to come after him, and they're going to come after him hard. They're going to try to contain him. They're going to try to make him make mistakes. But anyway, that's another that we'll, like I said, we'll go into more detail with that. I'll give more of my in-depth analysis, as they say, next Thursday. And we can all do it. We can all give our analysis, give our thoughts, give our opinions. We'll primarily, like I said, concentrate on the Florida game, but you know, you know how we do it. We talk about anything. It's like the other night, Shad had a show, and unfortunately, I wasn't able to watch the whole thing. I had to kind of break away. I had to get to bed because I had to get up early the next morning and take care of some stuff. But I did a little rewatch, which I do that a lot. And I was listening to him and Cuban's conversation. And if you haven't watched it, I encourage you to watch it. The first part, the first hour is mostly Shad talking, which nothing wrong with that. He does have his precious little girl, little baby Shad, sitting there at the beginning. Precious little angel, precious, precious. Of course, baby Shad was giving looks to Papa Shad like, what are you talking about? But anyway, yeah, I'm so happy for Shad and Mrs. Shad with their little bundle of joy and blessing there, and she's getting so big. Pretty soon she'll be graduating high school. Anyway, yeah, but that second hour, Cuban got on there, and Cuban and Shad were having some good conversation, good topics, and then Heru got in there, and he was talking. He got really near the end because I think Coach Hayes had a live show that night, and you know how it is. Uh, everybody goes on. Sometimes it's all at the same time. But anyway, then Heru got on there a little bit. But yeah, I encourage you, if you have not watched that yet, go watch it, check it out. Go give Shad some support. And like I said, tonight, with the Utah, it may be some repetitious speak going on because we really we really don't know anything yet because again, we don't even know who the starting lineup is, other than Cam's going to be at quarterback, Bain's going to be at either tackle or defensive end, and Martinez will be at running back, and then Restrepo will be at receiver, and I'm sure Brown will be at receiver. That's probably what we know. But either way, we'll look at it. We'll look at some matchups, see what we think, and I will say this: as far as this season goes, I just hope everything goes well because honestly, I'm kind of getting tired of seeing these teams with lesser star rated talent. I'm not saying they're no good. I'm just saying they have the lower starred talent, and I have the documents to prove it. Like Georgia Tech, I think they've only had like a couple of 5-star recruits in the last 10 years. Everything's mostly 3 stars according to Rivals. But teams like that come out and give Miami fits. Look at Louisville last year, first year coach, go to the ACC championship. But you take Miami, they get all the talent in the world. They probably have more talent than most teams in the ACC. You have a proven coach, whether it's right or wrong. It's not like it's a new coach who was an offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator. It's an established coach, but they just can't get their heads out their asses. And it's been like that. That's why I have that PTSD, which apparently is wrong to have, but I do. Um, Katie says CPU canes have a loot. Hopefully not a. Well, I mean, again, with the virtual uh games and stuff, it's so volatile in that it could do whatever. The And of course, I've heard nothing of all I've really heard about the new college football game from EA is it's glitchy. But yeah, it is what it is. It's entertainment. It's something to pass the time, you know. But yeah, that's not really much going on. Just real excited, like I said. The I'm just real excited that finally got F1 back on. It's been a long 3 weeks for me. But anyway, yeah, tonight, and I'm sure tomorrow night, I'm sure a whole host of shows out there. And I'm looking forward to it, even though I know a lot of it's going to be repetitious. I think next week's going to really be really good. That's why I was gonna probably do like a Friday or something, but I said, let's stay on Thursday. Thursday seems to be a good day for us. That's kind of like where we've been since we were doing the Rise of the Fall. I will also let's see Saturday. Whoo, Saturday's going to be fun. The game is at 3:30 Eastern Saturday. The qualifying for the Dutch Grand Prix is at 9 o'clock Eastern. So I should have plenty of time to get through the qualifying and then do a little self tailgating because it's just me, So I'm thinking we'll probably since it's the first game of the season, we'll probably do say we'll probably go live about an hour before kickoff. How about that? We'll shoot for a for the first pregame show. We'll shoot for say the 2:30 Eastern slot because I'm hoping I'm hoping that we get a lot of folks in. We could have a lot of discussion, get some predictions, thoughts and theories before kickoff, kind of ease everybody's nerves. You know, Mercedes, yeah, they gonna win now, but it's all over next year. Sir Lewis is coming to the cool kids. and and I don't want to be. I'm not trying to. This is a fun insult. This is just being funny. Long as it's not Verstappen, I don't care. As long as the Red Bulls are in the pits and they're broken down, I don't care who wins. I'm joking. I'm joking. Oh, but yeah, it's going to be interesting because it was raining. It was raining this morning for the first part of the first practice, and then the wind was blowing pretty crazy because they're right there next to the water, and I'm real curious to see how the second session goes. But again, yeah, I think yeah, Mercedes and there's Cuban Damas. His ears must have been burning because I was talking about you, buddy. Oh yeah, I'm always talking about Cuban. But yeah, the Mercedes, they're starting to get things in gear. Of course, McLaren is running fast. Red Bull is doing their thing. But the crazy thing is the cars change next year. Cuban, it's not what you did, it's what you did not do. Yeah, I've been watching you, Cuban. I've been watching you. I saw you over there talking all that nonsense with Shad. I watched you. Nah, I'm being funny, Cuban. You're just being the adorable person that we all love. I'm just saying. And if you don't love Cuban, you don't understand. But anyway, you really you didn't miss much. Didn't really miss much. Just real excited today, you know. Real excited. Quick recap, Formula One's back. We're 8 days away from kickoff. All these talking heads, all these shows will start heating up. And birthday weekend for myself, and the weather is nice. We're all breathing. Everything is good. Uh, but I was referring earlier. Now don't forget, Cuban, tonight, Mr. Devin, Mr. Devin and Mr. Frank are on tonight. I think at 8 o'clock Eastern. So just letting you know. But not Cuban. I was just referencing to Shad's show the other night. I had to break away because I had to get up early in the morning, but I did rewatch the last part. I saw where you had jumped on with Shad, and y'all had some very good talking points, very good talking points. And with I was talking about the chemistry in the locker room. You got to go to Gainesville to play Florida, and regardless of the fact, it's still Gainesville and it's still Florida. This team is untested. Um, I was kind of lightly touching on some key points that I may be looking for, but we'll get more in depth with that with our preview show and pregame show. But I was just talking about how if I was the opposing defensive coordinator, if I was the DC for Florida, I would stack the box with at least 8 people and would come after Cam and hope that he makes the mistakes that he's made in the last 2 seasons. And I would hope that the greatest offensive line coach pound for pound in the world of all time would understand that. And I would hope that Dawson. Did you hear you know what, Cuban? I really haven't watched any of the practice videos. My friends, I'm assuming that's oh that crazy looking Dracula dude from, is it that guy from Insight, Brad or Caneville? I might have to check that out. Uh, but nah, I really, the practice videos, I mean, it's good to kind of see what's going on, but I mean, it's practice, you know. And I was also talking earlier, speaking of practice, I'm glad you said that. If this offensive line is as suspect and unproven as people are saying, and if this defensive line is as good as they are being touted as by these national media publications, I would hope somebody in the coaching staff would have the wherewithal to let the offensive line number ones take on the defensive line number ones and just let them go back and forth, do like 30 different plays and go after. Kind of like, I was talking like in years past, okay, you would have, with all this talent, that's what they always said, that what helped them become so good was the practices at Green Tree, where you have everybody went up against each other and everybody made each other better, because not all the teams are as talented as Miami is. And you think of the defensive line and the defensive, the front four that Miami's had over the seasons. And, if you're on the offensive line and you're having to go against that every day in practice, it has to make you better. But I'm just saying, I was just saying that, I can see opposing defensive coordinators just blitzing and pressuring the hell out of Cam to make him make a mistake. And I just hope if the offensive line coaching is as good as they say it is, I hope they see that and done something to help the offensive line. Give Cam time to throw. That's all. But yeah, Katie, you were talking earlier about the run game, and you got to have the run game, regardless of who you are, when you are, or how you are. You got to have the run game to open up the pass game, to open up the run game. If you can't run the ball, you just become one dimensional, and that's never worked for Miami. But that's really about it. I just like I said, I just wanted to check in, see how y'all doing, say good morning. I got about 30 minutes before the next practice session, but yeah, remember, we talked about it the other night. I mean, it was kind of getting dark, but I talked about it. Don't forget about that South Coast Cane Challenge. In your daily life, out in public, say hello to somebody. Ask them how they do it. Just smile and how you doing? Do that. It'll make your day better, and it'll make their day better. I promise you. Because if we're going to make this world a better place, we all got to do it one step at a time, one person at a time. And I think we can do it with one smile at a time, because y'all know with all this BS going on, all the BS, it'd be all right. But anyway, that's really about it. I may do a few more patio perspectives until, the official preview show next Thursday. Looking very forward to that. Again, like I said, tonight, Utah is on. Also, Canes Cast just put a video out earlier this morning. Phil and Garrett, they're not very, I don't want to say they're dry. I don't want to say they're boring, but they just give it to you. They give it to you, and they're good guys. They are real good guys. They got good perspectives. They're not about the hoopla. They're kind of like a G-rated version of us, if that makes sense. Their shows the whole family can enjoy, but they say the same thing we do, but it's more the G-rated, the Disney version. But anyway, uh, yeah, that's about all I got. I'm gonna go make me another cup of coffee, and I'm gonna watch that second practice session. And hopefully, I see y'all tonight on with Mr. Frank and Mr. Devin. And if not, it's cool. I mean, as far as of now, I plan on watching the show, but we don't know what the future holds. But anyway, that's really all I got. And don't forget tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will be the biggest Georgia Tech fan in this part of the country. I just can't. I can't root for Florida State. I just can't do it. I don't care. I just can't do it. So I will be a Georgia Tech fan tomorrow. Oh crap! Crap! You're so hilarious. Hey, what is up with my hat, dude? There we go. Getting all crooked. You broke Campbell's. But anyway, it was good to see you, Cuban. Good to see you, Katie. Good to see you, Crip. Man, that's a lot of K's. It's not good for a light-skinned dude to have that many K's. I'm being funny. I'm being funny. But that is pretty crazy. Oh, here we go. Everybody with the K's. Wow. Doesn't happen very often. Some people are going to probably think it's some kind of subliminal conspiracy theory. I wonder if Heru has a topic about that. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to get on out of here. Again, thank y'all for stopping by. Crip, I know you got here a little bit late, but that's okay. It's always good to see you. So again, don't forget, if you missed the promo video, next Thursday, the 29th, 8 o'clock Eastern, we will have the first South Coast Game preview show for the 24th season. I encourage everybody to come out. If you do, great. If you don't, great. The invitation is offered. Okay. And also, I don't really get off on the no Diddy. I don't get real excited about, or I don't really harp on, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you would like to stay current on all the new programming. But no, I do want to say, we jumped up to 92 subscribers on our channel. That is so friggin' cool. Heru ain't no. Oh my gosh! Here we go. Here we go. Ding, 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 ding. All right, back to your corners. Shit, I don't even know what I was friggin' talking about. Oh yeah. Yeah, 92 people. That is so friggin' cool. That is awesome. It's just blowing my mind. It really is that, people like us. Usually we're the outcasts. We're the deplorables, if you will. Okay, but hey, people are liking us. Also, Cuban, I don't know if you're still here. I meant to tell you this, but and I always give Cuban credit for this. The wash, rinse, repeat. Your little motto there that Cuban started. I'm just carrying the torch. I'm just bringing the water to the horses. But the wash, rinse, repeat has even caught on with Cage Cast. So we're doing something right. Number 92. Hey, look, Cuban, you may be subscriber number 92, but you're always number one in my heart. Oh my gosh, how do y'all put up with me? See, that's how I understand. This is why I don't understand how people want to come back and just see this shit. I mean, y'all just wait to see what kind of crazy shit this dude's gonna do. I don't know, but anyway, but yeah, Cuban, the Oh, yeah, you're right. The CEO, yes, absolutely. But anyway, uh, but yeah, it's amazing. I'm not saying that we deserve the pat on the back, but I would like to think that we're making a difference. And I hope that it's a difference for good and support and love and understanding and just respect. Uh, plus, don't piss us off. Because, like the motto says, y'all be playing games, but we never play around. But nah, it's so cool. It's so cool to see that, you know, for a while there, I know I said I was going to get off, but I mean, no diddy. I was going to leave, but uh, yeah, for so long, I was thinking, well, maybe we're just being too negative. Maybe we're just being too pessimistic. Maybe we're just, pissing in everybody's cornflakes. Maybe we're just angry. Maybe we're just, but, but the more we talked about it and the more we stayed with it, it was true. We're just being realistic. We have our opinions. And I noticed that a lot more folks are starting to come out and say the same things. Uh, so we're not alone. I knew we weren't. It's just for so long you just see these corporate radio guys, and y'all know what I'm talking about. You see the corporate radio guys all say the same thing. They're all pumping sunshine, rainbows, and unicorns. And if anybody says something to the contrary, then you're the moron. Uh, it's kind of like Kane's insight talking about how great the offensive line is. And if you don't think that, you're crazy. And of course, I responded with, so we're not allowed to have our own thoughts. And if our thoughts don't align with yours, then we're wrong. Screw 'em. But no, that's what I like about us, our little group, our fellowship, the U fellowship is we don't always agree. We don't always disagree. But when we do have a difference of opinion, we just have a difference of opinion and we move on, you know. Uh like Katie. If Heru, actually it's Heru, so get it right. If Heru takes me on, he better bring a lunch and be ready to stay all day. Oh my gosh. Okay then. But you know what? And I don't want to speak out of turn, but with Katie and Heru, Heru said some stuff Katie disagreed with. Now, Katie may have been having a bad day. Maybe one of the kitty cats, tumped over the bowl of food. Okay, but it's that's all it is. It's not like Katie hates Heru. It's not like you know Heru hates. It's not about love and hate. It's just difference of opinion. Oh, but anyway, and sometimes it gets a little crazy, but it is what it is. It's all just talk. We all just talk. Nobody really hates anybody. Uh but it was getting kind of crazy. I think I think Katie might, and I ain't picking on you, Katie. I don't know. Maybe Katie had one of those, Limp Biscuits, one of those days, want to break stuff. I don't know, because I have them all. I have them. I have them. Trust me, I have them. Because there's sometimes people say stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, are you serious? But anyway, I digress. I digress. I digress. And that's what I like to have. I want to have. I want to see I want to see like a Miss Katie and a Heru have a discussion. You know, I don't want to say debate, but just have a discussion of their opinions. That's all. I know Cuban needs to come out of his shell because Cuban really doesn't have very many opinions. I've been trying to urge Cuban to be more vocal about his thoughts, but you know, and also like with Shad and everybody. I mean, everybody's got an opinion. And that's all it is an opinion. That's what you think. Fantastic. I respect that. You know. And then Katie. Everybody picking on the girl. uh he called you stupid over 8-4. I don't know. I'm not going to answer. I'm not going to comment on that because I don't want to speak for anybody, of course. Uh, he would have to speak to that. Me personally, 8-4, I don't care. Win the ACC. I'm gonna give. Okay, I still got 20 minutes. So tonight's show on You Talk, baby, is the topic is what does what would have to happen, or what do you want to see, or what do you think needs to happen to keep Mario out the hot seat or something like that. And honestly, win the ACC. Plain and simple. I don't give a rat's ass what the record is. I know previously I took a little sip of that jungle juice and got into the double-digit wins based on all these other metrics, but I don't care. Right now, win the ACC. I don't care how you do it. Do it. If Mario can't win the ACC this year with the alleged talent level that he has, then we'll just have to be one of those middle of the road ACC teams. But you got to win the ACC. If they don't win the ACC this year, then because I've been trying. I have been trying to give. I've been trying to reserve my full-fledged judgment on Mario, but that cartoon about when short people get mad is. Katie, don't tell me you got short girl problems. Don't tell me you got short girl problems. Anyway, but no, what I'm getting at is this year, this season, this is, this is it. If it doesn't happen, gloves are coming off. I'm just, and this is just me. I'm just me personally. It's really hard to judge a coach on the first two seasons. Honestly, not making excuses, because we've seen, the first two seasons of the coaches since Coker. We know what we're in for. But this season, if it doesn't happen this season, that's it. Throwing them under the bus. I will be first in line. Well, I love Mr. Frank. He's just right down the road from me. I respect the hell out that man. But he's gonna have to get in line. I don't want to have to fight him. But I'm pushing Mr. Frank to the back. I'm getting first in line at taking shots at Mario. Oh, you're 5 foot. Oh, well, my wife, the CEO, she's only 5'4". So at the expense that not trying to get myself in trouble, I'm not doing it. I'm not saying any. I'm not going to talk. I know I'm not going to say anything about having to, put your foot on the wall to reach into the bottom of the washing machine. I ain't going to say anything about that. I'm not going to say anything about having to use a step ladder to get to the top shelf in the pantry. I know it ain't happening. Not saying a word. Nah, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So yeah, I look, I understand the short girl problems, but that's okay. That's okay. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that at all. But anyway, yeah, this is, to me, 2024 is, Cuban. Cuban, 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 Cuban. Here you go, poking the bear. You go into the zoo. The bears and lie, they just sitting there chilling, enjoying the weather, and you're gonna take a stick and throw it, poke them. Oh boy. I don't know. Uh, I don't know, Katie. I don't know. But I will tell you one thing. The last thing you want to do is upset a young lady under the height, under 5'8". I just had a thought. Are you able to ride anything at Disneyland or Disney World? I'm not being funny. I'm being serious because you have the little sign that says you have to be this tall to ride. I'm just wondering. No, seriously, no bullshit. I'm not. No. Have you ever not been able to ride any of the amusement park rides because of your what do I call it? Gravity challenged self? I was just curious. Oh my gosh. A stool to take an ID picture. Oh my gosh. Here we go. I'm glad we like each other because if we didn't, oh my gosh. But again, I refrain from any type of oh, it's 4-3. Okay. I don't know, you know, but one thing I will say is, with me being married to a gravity challenged lady, I really try not to talk over her head. I really do. I try to speak on her level. You know, sometimes I have to sit down to talk to her, but I just don't want to talk over her head, you know. And uh, you know, I try, but the struggle's real. Okay, I no, get let's get out of that. We have taken a wrong turn. We have taken a wrong turn. Okay. But anyway, yeah, I understand the short girl problems. Yes. I guess you can see over the steering wheel if you put about 4 or 5 phone books underneath you. And for those of you who don't know what a phone book is, it used to be, it was a publication. It depends on where you lived. I'm sure in Miami you probably had different regions, but usually they were about, I don't know, 4 or 5 inches thick, average. And the old joke was, for people who were gravity challenged, or gravity sensitive, I don't know. You how many phone books are you sitting on, and how many blocks do you have tied to your feet to hit the pedals? Uh oh, you can see, and with tilts, is that with the tilt steering all the way down? But anyway, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. If we didn't like you, we wouldn't mess with you. But I will say this: you do not want to piss off under 5'6" woman. No, that little chihuahua will come out from underneath that patio and tear you a new asshole with the quickness. Telling you, ah, tear you up, tear you up. Anyway, anyway, anyway. Uh so yeah, that's about it. That was pretty cool. See, we all learn something about each other every day, you know. But all right, so yeah, I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm about to go watch practice session 2. I got some things I need to take care of in the house today, and then I hope to see y'all tonight on the the Mr. Frank and Mr. Devin You Talk Show. And until then, oh gosh, oh, I think they can see eye to eye. But anyway, but I got my money on Katie. I'll put down 20 on Katie and pick up 40. Oh, but anyway, we're going to get out of here. Thank y'all so much for stopping by this morning. I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you have a good weekend if we don't see each other. I hope the rest of your week ends on a good note. If your week has been horrible, I hope it gets better. So just remember, for what it's worth, we're only about 8 days away. So anyway, that's really all I got. Again, thank y'all so much. Peace, love, and soul. Go Canes. And we're going to catch y'all next time. Bye.